From the previous tour with Jovi A at Fort Canning Park, we visited the Forbidden Spring, the Fort Gate, the Old Married Soldiers Quarter, the Battle Box, the Sally Port, the British Command Center, Fort Canning Center, and 9-pound cannon. Walk with me as we venture more about the Fort Canning Park. Next to the 9-pound cannon is a tomb on the hill. This place is called Keramat Kandar Shah. Keramat Kandar Shah is a sacred place dedicated to Kandar Shah, believed to be the same person as Parameshwara, the last ruler of 14th century Singapore before he fled to Malacca to escape an attack from the Shamis. Although named after him, scholars thought that the Keramat could not be Kandar Shah tombs, as he had died in Malacca and was buried to the north of Malacca. No evidence of burial has been found in this Keramat site, and it is unclear how it became associated with Kandar Shah.
In 1822, it was claimed that this site is the burial place of Sri Sultan Kandar Shah. According to Malay tradition, sabi niya? Yung pasugit, tara.
Fort Canning Park, an iconic hilltop landmark, has witnessed many of Singapore's historical milestones. The hill once sited the palaces of 14th century kings and served as the headquarters of the Far East Command Center and British Army barracks. The decision to surrender Singapore to the Japanese on 15 February 1942 was also made on the hill, in the underground Far East Command Center, commonly known as Battle Box. Today, Fort Canning Park features 9 historical gardens: the Vikrama Larangan or the Forbidden Spring, the Artisans Gardens, the Sang Nila Utama Garden, the Jubilee Park, the Raffles Garden, the First Botanic Garden, the Farquhar Garden, Spice Garden, and Armenian Street Park. Accompanying these gardens are wayfinding and trail guides, which will allow visitors to plan their own trail and explore the hill at their own pace. Visitors can also download the augmented reality trail Balik SG. The Fort Canning Trail, the app, will bring park visitors on an interactive journey through Fort Canning Park. Our next stop, the Raffles Garden. This garden is named after Sir Stamford Raffles, the founder of modern Singapore. Wilkes Raffles is most remembered for his public life in the former British colonies in the Southeast Asia. He was also an avid naturalist who spent his free time studying botany and wildlife. At this Raffles Garden, you will find the Flagstaff or the Fort Flagstaff. This is an old communication structure. This flagstaff was used as a device to communicate the movement of ships passing through Singapore back in the days before radio communication. In a nod to the importance of maritime trade in the history of Singapore, the Fort Canning Flagstaff is one of the 3 early. Beside the flagstaff is the Fort Canning Lighthouse. Fort Canning Lighthouse is an important maritime landmark in Singapore, one considered part of the 13 significant lighthouses on the Straits of Malacca. Its origins date back to the early British occupancy of Singapore. The 24.3-meter high lighthouse utilized 20,000 candelas of light generated by a kerosene burner. When the first Supreme Court was being built from 1937 to 1939 on St. Andrews Road, the architects were mandated to ensure that it did not obstruct from the view of the lighthouse. Ships relied on the lighthouse for 55 years, until December 12, 1958, when it was decommissioned due to the construction of tall buildings on the Singapore harbor, which affected visibility from the sea. The Fort Canning Lighthouse survived World War II, although in 1979 it was taken down and transferred to the Maritime Museum of Singapore. The present-day lighthouse was erected near the original site, a fully functional lighthouse which stands as a representation of its contribution to the maritime history of Singapore. Visitors can visit the replica to learn more about its history.
Di ba? Gusto kong picturean yung hagdan doon. Mauna ka. Ang ganda ng puno.
Next to the Raffles Garden is this beautiful terrace. This is a walkway going to the foothill. The place that you're looking now is the Clark Quay, and I will bring you there one day. Walk with us as we venture and enjoy the place.
Balik tayo dun. Oo, kaya ako. Oo nga, tama. Jubilee Park na niya. Yan o, pag-airport na. China. Yan o. Yan. Yan, style niya. Yung pala ng galing. Tignan mo, ang healthy ng puno. Na? Ganda. Ano ba? Ano sa Ilocano yung berdeng-berde? Green na green. Nalang to. Grabe. Tama, dito pa yung nakaka-relax na. Dapat pa lang hindi tayo umuwi ng Sunday. Dapat nagpatat pa tayo. Kasi naupo na tayo yan. Pagkatuloy ako. Sabihin mo, it's a great wall of Singapore. Oo nga eh. Ang ganda. Ang laki naman bato doon, no? Sige, talon pa. Ano, tatalon serye ulit? Mag-long sleeve pa more.
As we walked through this place, we saw this huge stone. This stone displayed here to remember the legendary strongman Badang, Sri Rana Wikrama. Paduka Sri Rana Wikrama was the eldest son of Sri Wikrama Wira with his wife Nila Panhadi and the third Raja of Singapura. He was known as Raja Muda. His accession and married to a daughter of Bendahara Tun Perpati Muka Ber Hahar. His reign was from 1362 to 1375. Despite the failure in the previous campaign against Singapura, under the rule of his father, the Javanese chronicle Negarakretagama lists Singapura as a subject of Mahapahit in 1365. During his reign, Rana Wira Kerma established a diplomatic ties with the Sumatran Muslim kingdom. It was during this time also a legendary man with an unusual strength, Badang, was said to have demonstrated his feat of strength in Rana Wikrama's court. If happen that one day you visit Singapore and you want to walk on this beautiful Fort Canning Park, you can alight at Fort Canning MRT or Dhoby Ghaut MRT. If you walk ahead to this place, you will see a stairs going down to the Jubilee Park. Nowadays, when most people think of Fort Canning Park, play isn't the first thought that comes to mind. Is there even a Fort Canning Park playground? Some may ask, and now with the newly opened Jubilee Park, the answer is yes. Jubilee Park, located on the western slopes of Fort Canning Park, is a family-friendly recreational space. It occupies the spot where the National Theatre previously stood and is a throwback to time when recreational facilities like the Van Cleef Aquarium and River Valley Swimming Pool used to be found in the vicinity. The name Jubilee Park comes from the King George V. Jubilee Park, a space which existed from 1935 to 1972. I hope that you enjoyed our tour.
Say bye-bye na.
So that's for today. See you on my next tour vlog. Bye!